This is the plaintiff, Patrick Holbrook. He says he rented a 4-car garage from the defendant, and he was supposed to install a bathroom and running water, but never did. When he told the defendant the deal was off and asked for his money back, the guy gave him half and kept the rest. That's simply not fair, so he's suing for the return of the $1,600 he's owed. This is the defendant, Drew Schuttinger. He says the plaintiff was under some false impression he was going to install a slab concrete floor so he could use the garage to run a business. Then he started moaning about a bathroom. The plaintiff's delusional, tried to back out of the deal, and he's lucky he got any of his money back at all. He's accused of not getting the story straight.
Okay, Patrick Holbrook, you
Yes.
are suing Drew Schuttinger
Yes.
for $1,600 that you want returned to you because a property that you're going to lease from him, you ended up not leasing through no fault of your own, according to you. Tell me what happened.
I signed a lease agreement as of April 10th, and he procrastinated in getting the place ready.
What were you supposed to be renting?
I was supposed to be renting a 4-car garage.
Okay, in order to do what?
I was going to repair cars.
And this is zone commercial, correct?
No,
It's not zone commercial.
no, and he was made aware of that.
Wait, so you were going to rent to him for a commercial use, a place that's not zone commercial?
He was going to repair cars in there, not to run a business. He
Well,
was
what do you
told
think
that.
repairing cars was going to do? He's just
Well,
going to do that
I
for free?
thought maybe he was, I knew he was going to be running a business. So,
Okay, and that's commercial?
Yeah.
For commercial use?
Yes.
So you were going to rent it to him, and it's not zoned commercial?
yes.
Okay, do you have, it's not mixed use?
No.
What is it?
It's a 4-family house.
Is it zoned residential?
It's residential, but it's kind of, it might be mixed use, I'm not really sure, but I'm looking to get the zone changed on the house. I'm surrounded by commercial property.
Okay, who's the gentleman you have with you?
That's the electrician, Stephen Cooney, that made
Okay,
the
and who's the
garage
lady that
ready.
you have with you?
This is my girlfriend, Erin.
Okay. That's a witness, I take it, because, and this is moral
Support.
support? All right. What have you got in your hand?
I have a piece of paper here from Town of Huntington showing that he has a commercially zoned piece of property.
Ironically, you're the last guy who would want to show me that, but okay, I'll look at it. That's, all right, so go on.
You know, he gave me the impression as long as I kept the gate closed and didn't let the town in, that I would be able to do the repair work there without a problem.
So he was telling you that this was on the sly,
Yeah.
like he says?
Yeah.
So this was printed out on 6/14. Everything went to pot just before that.
Yes.
And this says here, property type 3 commercial on top.
That's what I'm being taxed as. That doesn't mean it's the zone.
How dare they tax you on something you can't use? I don't understand that. I've never
I
heard of
don't
such a
either.
thing. And the odd part is that I know he's under the impression of whatever he's saying. I don't know if he's right, but I know he's under that impression because he tells you this when he rents it to you. Keep it on the down low. Don't make a lot of noise. How are you going to not make a lot of noise when you're repairing cars? It's not like that's
It's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
So anyway, go on.
So I wanted to move in. There was no electric.
What date, according to the lease, you're supposed to move in when?
Well, the lease was drawn up on the 10th of
What day were you supposed to move in?
April. I was, by the time he had said everything.
What day, according to the, all
May
right, I'll
fif-
answer it. May 15th.
May
Okay, and then
15th.
what happens on May 15th?
There was no electric, there was no running water, there was no way
Okay,
to.
is that accurate that electric was still delayed?
Yes, because of LIPA.
Come on up. Yes, because of LIPA.
Yes.
And LIPA would be.
They failed to hook up the power to the telephone pole.
LIPA's your power company.
Yes.
And they failed to hook up something, but you had done the work when?
April?
In April.
Yeah.
All right. But according to you, there's more than just an electrical problem on May 15th. What else is wrong?
Well, there was no running water,
Okay.
no bathroom.
Okay. Because according to you, he's supposed to have built a bathroom? Because there was no bathroom in the garage, right?
Correct.
Okay. So according to you, he's supposed to build a bathroom. And according to you?
Not at all.
Not at
It's
all.
not on the lease, not at all. I never agreed to that. I wasn't going to the Board of Health to put a cesspool in for this.
Right.
I-
Okay. Where did you get the impression he was going to build a bathroom?
Because he had told me that he was going to build a bathroom.
If he told you he was going to, that's a rather major concession. And why then is that not in the lease? Because it's not.
Well, any residential lease agreement, which I signed, he's supposed to supply running
You
water.
didn't sign a residential lease agreement.
Bath.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's not a
He-
residential lease agreement. What you signed is a fugazi thing with crossed
Right.
out, specifically crossed out that it was
Right.
residential,
Right.
where you're both under the impression that you're going to fool the government and that they won't know because you're not zoned for that. That's both of your impression.
Right.
So what really happened? Did you find another space that was better or something?
No,
What-
I've been working outdoors.
Okay.
I-
So according to you, there's no bathroom. When do you first say to him, I'm out?
As of June 3rd,
As of June 3rd, was there electrical?
no.
Is it accurate that as of June 3rd, there was no electrical?
There was electric in there.
When was there electric?
There was electric in there a little bit after the 15th of May. It was
When?
finally turned on.
Prove when there was electric. How are you going to prove that?
I can't. I
Okay,
didn't know it was
but
going
you
to be an
know
issue.
it wasn't on the 15th, which is what the contract called for.
It was right on that date. It was turned on.
It wasn't on that day. You and I both know. Everyone within the sound of your voice knows it wasn't on that day.
I'm not going to say it was on the exact
Well,
date.
you just did, and you shouldn't have. But anyway, now let's talk about this. Apparently, at some point, you pull out, which is when? What day do you say I'm done?
As of June 3rd, when I
And what
found
was
out
the straw that broke the camel's back?
there was no electric.
Okay.
As of June 3rd.
All right. Now, you contact him directly and say, I want my money back. You had paid him $3,200.
I had my lawyer contact him.
Okay, so your lawyer contacts you and says, what does he say? What does the lawyer say?
First of all, he sends me a letter in the mail demanding $1,600 back. Not
Can I see the letter?
Not $3,200.
Okay. This is from him directly, not the lawyer.
Yes.
I hereby rescind the above referenced lease. He does that on June 6th. Upon your failure to deliver possession of the premises to me as of this date. Because you failed to deliver possession, paragraph 17 requires that you return my $1,600 security deposit. Why didn't you just ask for the $3,200? Because at that point, did you forget you gave him $32?
That was an error on my part. You're right.
That's how it reads.
Totally.
It reads like an error. So then you send $1,600, and in the $1,600 that you send him, you write in the memo line half of the lease refund.
Right.
And then you write on top of the memo line, is that your handwriting, balance
Yes.
$1,600?
Half, yes. That was when I cashed the check.
All right, so what is your premise, that the $1,600 you sent him settles his case and that he shouldn't be able to sue you for another $1,600?
That's what he asked for, and that's what I sent back.
So does this plaintiff get his money back because it wasn't zone commercial? What do you think?
He should get his money back.
Why does he get his money back? I mean, who has an opinion about this? I want a strong opinion.
I
Yeah.
don't think he should get his money back. I think it's the plaintiff's responsibility to find out whether or not it's done commercially.
So you say it's the plaintiff's responsibility, but the defendant owns the property. You buying what she's saying? You buying that?
No,
Huh?
no, I think it's the person who owns the property. They have to provide a lease.
And they have to disclose that it's not commercial.
Absolutely.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
Okay, let me tell you what the problem is with your position, because there are many, and I don't even know where to begin. Number one, I don't know what this place is zoned. You are telling me that what I am looking at does not mean that it's zoned commercial. Ironically, this is a position you want, not a position you want. Because if it's not zoned commercial and you are keeping $1,600 because he's breaking a lease and you're entitled to it as rent, then you may not collect rent if it was an illegal lease. See? We have a policy in the courts that we do not help people circumvent the law. Oh, yeah, like for example, if you were a drug dealer and you had sold him cocaine and he hadn't paid you the money for the cocaine, I wouldn't say, hey, you've breached the contract. You owe him the money for that fine cocaine. We don't do that. So it's the same with rentals. You can't rent it the way you're renting it, so you can't keep rent for the way you're renting it. That's why it's funny that you're the guy scrambling to show me that piece of paper that you're arguing shows it's commercial. You're telling me, Judge, it's not commercial. I'm trying to get it commercial. If it's good enough for you that it's not commercial, it's good enough for me that it's not commercial. But in any event, let's put that to a side. Even assuming that you were appropriately leasing it out as commercial, the lease says you will deliver possession on May 15th. Both sides agree possession wasn't delivered on May 15th. I don't care what stopped you from delivering it. I don't care if LIPA stopped you from delivering it. It doesn't matter what stopped you from delivering it. You've breached, and when you breach, you must return the money to them. Your next position is, well, Judge, he only asked for 16. I gave him 16, and he cashed a check, so we're done. No, we're not done. In the state of New York, if you object on the check, if you write a little note on the check, you can still sue for the other $1,600, okay? So he can do that. By the way, as an aside, it's obvious to me he forgot how much money he gave to you, because he's not saying, hey, I'll settle for half. He says, give me back my $1,600 security deposit. He forgot that what he gave you was $3,200. You need to be, no, we're done. You need to be a little more organized, by the way, okay?
Yes.
You need to be a little more organized. And if that's not zone commercial, stop trying to rent it out as commercial. When you have a contract and you want a bathroom, yeah, that's like a relevant fact. You might want to scribble in with crayon on your lease that there's supposed to be a bathroom. Don't you think? That would be a good idea.
It would help.
All right? $1,600 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Well, that didn't go so well for the defendant here. Come on out here. What's going through your mind coming out?
You know, I mean, he was owed $1,600, so we got his 16 back, and that's it.
All right. Well, you're in there fighting There was a material breach on your part. You want the judge to enforce an illegal contract, and also you're trying to take advantage of what was an honest mistake. So what part of the ruling didn't you expect to go against you?
Well, I thought because LIPA failed to hook up the service when they did, and so.
All right. Follow Officer McIntosh that way. Documents are waiting. Well, the judge bails you out.
Yes, she did. Thank her.
What's with the careless approach you have?
It was just an oversight on my part. My lease agreement had stated 1,600 in paragraph 1, and then the other 1,600 was on paragraph 17. And I didn't include the other 1,600 in the action.
You forgot $1,600,
Yes,
huh?
I did.
Are you that rich?
No, not at all.
How about getting the bathroom in the contract?
That was something he just made a lot of promises to me that he was going to do. He just never did.
Well,
he didn't
unless
put
you're more
anything in writing.
careful, you're going to be asking more judges to bail you out.
No, not anymore.
No.
I'll take care of it.
Harvey?
The judge mentioned write words on the back of the check to preserve your rights. Those magic words are paid under protest. Write that right above your signature.